Good morning, it's me. I'm back. I'm Stephanie Flath, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today's an exciting day because our new catalog goes live. We should be able to order at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, which is noon Mountain Time. That's the plan. And I'm so excited because I need a few things. As we all know in the crafting world, need is a strong word, but we still use it. So it is Wednesday, June 3, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And I don't see anybody on yet. So when you get on, make sure that you say hello. And I'm going to pull me up also. Maybe that's why nobody's on here yet, because you don't see me. I need to refresh this. Oh, one person's on with me. I just don't know who yet. So tell me as you get on. Oh, I gotta turn off my volume first. Oh, Marsha's on, Sherry's on. Good morning. I turned my volume off first like I'm supposed to, like a good girl. Good morning. So tell me, what are your must-haves from the catalog, or what's like your very favorite bundle, or just the item you have to have. So I have the bundle that I'm using today. It's called Lovely You. It was my must-have from the catalog. I feel like I always say this, I love the mix of fonts, and this one is a perfect plain and a perfect script. It's just amazing. So it is on page 22 of the catalog. Oh, the zebras, those are really cute. Those are on my list too. But they weren't on my had to have right now list. Fortunately, Lovely You bundle was available for our pre-order, so I've had it for a month or so. So so there's one bundle that was my excuse me, was my had to have thing, and I actually have a suite of products that was my have to have. Well, actually, I chose not to get the sequins in it. I'm not a big sequins person, unless I'm okay with it if they already have the adhesive on the back. Then I'm like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and use those then. But if I have to deal with putting adhesive on with sequins, kind of like those flowers that I did on Monday, those are a little bit, they're a little bit excessive for me. So the suite that I have to have was not in the pre-order. It's called Whale Done. The stamp set is called Whale Done. Good morning, Cindy. How are you? That's the, like, except for the sequins, the entire suite that I had to have. There are other cool bundles that are amazing, and I have to have them also. But oh, hi, Arlene. I've been missing seeing you. But anyway, so Whale Done was my suite that I had to do. So today is Lovely You, and it has a cool punch that goes with it. Now, one thing that I want to remind you of, since the catalog is going live in a few hours, you can, if you are not already on my team, which from who I can see right now, half of you are and half of you are not on my team, you can sign up to be on my team and you get a free bundle along with your kit. So that's an amazing deal. So you get around $175. Well, it depends on the bundle that you choose, but around $175. I just averaged with the $50 bundle. That's kind of typical. I mean, get your most expensive bundle if you're going to do it. You get $175 of product for $99, no shipping, just tax on $99. So it's an amazing deal. Even if you're not going to do classes, It's amazing free product or bonus product or whatever, but hopefully you'll want to stay. You'll want to just, there are such things. I would say, I think Stampin' Up! Approximates that 80% of demonstrators, that their demonstrator base, is what they call hobbyists. So hobbyists are in it for the joy of stamping and the joy of crafting and the discount. So kind of fun to my habit, or at least get a discount on my habit, that sort of thing. Good morning, Christy. Somebody else just popped on. Oh, Dina came on. Hi, Dina. So it's okay if you don't want to do classes, but I would still love you on my team. It's so much, we have so much fun. Well, we haven't been for a while. We've gotten together virtually, but you know, it's just not quite the same. So I'm looking forward to being able to get together in real life. It's just a good time. So, and it's a great time to sign up. So if you want to be on my team, that's awesome. Also this month, if you want to host a workshop, I'm starting in-home type things. Not next week, the following week, I believe. And thank you for sharing, girls. Some of you have already done it. Good morning, Diane. And even if you don't want an in-home thing, you can do a book party thing if you want to, or a virtual thing. We could do something on Facebook or Zoom. If you have a workshop of at least $250, you get an additional $25 of free product besides the $25 you'd already get at $250. If you have at least $300, you get an additional $30, and obviously higher than that, you just get the additional $30. It doesn't go up exponentially other than those two different breakpoints. So now's an awesome time to be a hostess too, and if you combine those two, even better. I know I've been missing them. It's been so weird not having people, and you know what? It's awesome. The Lord totally took care of this. I'm very thankful. I think it should be done by then. We got a letter back in the fall that they were going to start doing work on different streets in Wyoming, and they listed like, here's a block of streets and here's a block of streets, and well, so ours was one of them. I'm like, oh, that's going to be great for with classes. It's going on right now. It's we have the first layer of pavement down right now in front of us, and like no parking signs up and stuff like that. And they have the manhole covers back on, so that I think they're getting ready to do the second layer. So that will be wonderful that that's all done while I don't have classes going on. That's amazing. So anyway, so there's so much exciting this month, and I have to update my team too. I have I have stuff to tell you. My my make and take packets did go out for my team. Who RSVP'd. They went out Tuesday, like I said that, well, it was a late day, but anyway, they went out then. And so I have stuff to share with you about that. And anyway, it's a good day. Okay, so I'm sharing with you today Lovely You stamp set. And if you're on my team and watched with me or Zoomed with me or whatever, you've seen these projects, but I needed something quick last night instead of staying up even more, and they're so cute. These are I love this stamp set, and I love these, and I haven't been playing so much with them, but I loved what I first started with, so there you have it. So, Lovely You, this is a stamp set. It's a rubber stamp set. It's not photopolymer. I love the mix of fonts. I love that script. It's amazing. And the manuscript or printed along with it, that's just like ultimate for me. I feel like this person, unless they do it digitally, which obviously they certainly could, but I feel like this person with this script has been around Stampin' Up! For a long time, because I love it, and I've fallen in love with this script before. it's just amazing. Carrie is on. Hello, Carrie. And I thought Terry was on already. All right, so also part of the bundle is this punch. It's called Lovely Pick-a-Punch, I think is what it's called. So it's similar to, I'll show you when I'm stamping, obviously, but it's similar to like the triple banner punch that we have, and I think we have a triple, like a tag punch sort of thing. So there's two different, I'll say, finishes. There's more of a rounded one, and then this straight one. For some reason, I like the straight one better. Hi, Terry. I just saw you come up again that you were watching, and I had already seen you share or say hi or I don't know, something. So I was confused. I don't know why that happens. Like if people get dropped and they come back, or Facebook is just weird. So maybe they're just like, oh yeah, she's here again, or still, or I don't know. It's weird. So for some reason, I like this straight one better. But so I keep calling it triple. This is actually, well, it's two triples, so there's 6. But I keep calling it triple because, can you see these ridges on this punch here? There's different layers. So this bottom one, you would want to stick in a 1/2 inch width piece of paper. And then the next level up is 3/4 of an inch, and the next level up is 1 inch. So I have a warning for you. I've heard a lot of demonstrators have a problem with this, and I kind of did also. It's pretty picky. You need to, first of all, you want to, when you trim your width for it to go in here, I'm using 3/4 of an inch. You want, like when you line it up on your line, you want it just inside the line for it to fit, because you kind of want it to lay down on here. Otherwise, you're like kind of trying to squish it in or whatever. Excuse me. And then when you slide it in, you need to be really particular, make sure it's going in straight. Otherwise, you end up with weird chunks out of the end. So it's a little bit of a learning curve, and unless you're, well, you just have to be really careful. Okay, so there's also an embossing folder that I'm going to be using today, but I'll show you that one. No, I'll show you it now. So it's part of, did I show it before? I feel like I might have shown it on, no, I did not. So it's actually a set of 2 embossing folders, and look how skinny they are. So there's 2 stacked up together. So they're this wide. And they have this size because, okay, it's not available right now, but if you've looked in the catalog, there are going to be 2 new die cutting machines, or Stampin' Up, I think is calling them Stampin' Emboss and Cut machines or something like that. One is a mini one, and one is a normal size one. They fold up. There's going to be, I'll be sharing a video and stuff like that on it. But anyway, so this is a more portable size, and so this is a skinny little folder, and so it's like, what, like 4 inches probably? Let me measure. Oh, I don't have the inches of this one. It is 3.5 inches wide, basically. So I'm going to be using this one, and it's really cool. I don't know why I keep having the word somewhat go in my head. I keep thinking of you, Dina, because you laughed at me so hard. I was going to say somewhat cool. I don't know why that keeps coming out. I just said somewhat amazing last night again. Oh, I had a club last night, virtual club. And I don't know why somewhat keeps getting in my head. I have no idea why my mind is stuck on that. Okay, so I think I'm ready to stamp with you. Oh, before I stamp, I have to draw names. Okay, so I loaded everybody up already. It takes a lot of preparing and making sure that I'm all set for these lives. It's crazy. And all of a sudden, I'll be ready to go to bed. Like, oh, I don't have people loaded up here. Okay, so I have everybody loaded. I started my randomizer so that I can so I can pick names. I have 2 of them. Oh, Sherry, you're another winner. Sherry is my first winner. Congratulations. I haven't sent out the other ones, but I have them ready, sort of. I'm sending out all sorts of thank you notes right now because I've been very lax in my thank you notes in the past year. And so I have lots of cards sort of ready to go out. They're just not sealed yet. And so I will make sure to tuck this in. Okay, so Sherry's my first winner. Congratulations. And my second one is spinning right now. I like the idea of a mini one also. And Kathy is too. Were you girls both my winners last time? I don't know. So congrats to you girls. All right, done. Back to comments so I can see everybody. And I will put you down so that I can do stamping. And I'm going to put my... No, I don't need my stamp set right here, right now. Okay, so doing my thing on backwards, upside down. And here we go. Okay, oh, you can't see this yet. Don't look. All right. I must have my phone turned or something because I didn't think that I was on there. Okay, so I already showed you. Here's my stamp set that I'm going to use. And I mentioned to you before that I don't have the new inks yet. They were not available when we pre-ordered. But I will have them soon. I tell you what, that colors are a must. I have to have them. So if I don't have all the colors, I feel naked. That is not a good thing, let me tell you. Okay, so this is my Magenta Madness. It's my favorite color of all the new in colors by far. And I have these 2 flowers that I'm just going to make a background with Versamark. Remember, Versamark is a clear ink. It's a pigment ink, so I could emboss this, but I don't want to. I have the fan going again, and takes more time. But I do have to say, I love clear embossing on colored cardstock. It is amazing. It has a really deep, rich color. Now I'm going to talk myself right into doing it, except I have too many to do, so I won't have time to get them while they're still wet. So I'm just making this background, being random. Darn it, I really want to emboss this now. You're gonna have to wait for me a sec because I don't have my embossing tool here, and I'm probably not gonna do it on camera because of that. But I think I really want to emboss this. Okay, so because it's looking still wet. Okay, so here it is. I'm gonna show you. I'm just gonna do it really fast. Sorry, I'm getting off camera for this. All right, clear, white. I need to get it covered sooner than later. That's more the, I'll say, emergency part of this than the actual heating. This is blowing everywhere. So I'm totally covering, oops. Sometimes it gets clumpy and just dumps all out. So I'm totally covering this up to make sure that I get all those done. But then I can dump it back off on my thing. Oh, it's flying everywhere. All right, I'm totally putting this off this table. Remind me when I'm done with this. Hello, Nancy. Ooh, 2 Nancys came on at the same time. Remind me before I get off my live here that I need to deal with my embossing powder first and foremost. That is my first priority. And I'm sorry I'm not on camera right now, but I talked myself right into needing to emboss this with clear embossing powder. And when I'm all done with the card, I'll show you the difference between one that's not embossed and one that's embossed. So I'll be right back. I need to do this because I wasn't planning on embossing this. So I need to walk over here where you guys are not. Sorry. This is that. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell the difference in how much more this stands out, but look at that. I'll show you the difference when, I love that. I'll show you the difference when, once this card's done, I'll show you the difference between this one and the one I did where there was no embossing. And now I gotta get rid of this powder. Cause more problems for myself when I, Dot's not here to enjoy me going rogue. I go rogue and cause problems. There's powder on here on my stamps. All right. Okay, so here's my, thank you. I love clear embossing on, oh, I missed some of it, but I wasn't gonna worry about it. So I don't know if you can see this or not. I don't think I can. Oh, I can show you right there. See how it's shiny in the middle of the one right here and not shiny toward the right? I didn't quite emboss it all the way. So there's a little spot that's still a little bit powdery, but I'm not gonna mess with it. So when you do embossing, you gotta look for anything that still looks a little bit like powder and not really shiny. Yeah, I love this. Okay, so so here's just my background. This was supposed to just be a simple background. Oh man. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is put this piece on. So this is the designer paper. I already showed you guys this the other day. In fact, I think I used this color again. So this is Bumblebee. I should show it close. You can't see all the dots. Love the dots, even if Dot's not here. So I'm gonna put this on basic black. And I am always about dots or stripes or gingham when it comes to designer paper like this. Okay, so here's the base of my card. And now I'm going to do the piece with the punch, okay? So I have this piece that is just under 3/4 of an inch. Like, I don't know if I can show you what I mean. So if you were to, this is not 3/4 of an inch, but I'm just gonna see if I can show you. So if you were to line up your cardstock with, for 3/4 of an inch, let's say this dark line right here. Oops, I have to be on camera. That would be helpful. Let's say this dark line right here is 3/4 of an inch. You wouldn't want to be right on it. You are gonna want to be just inside it, like a hair. Can you see how there's just a tiny little bit of space between the line and the edge of your cardstock? That's what you want. If you're right on the line, it's just not gonna work. So, or not gonna work well. You'll still get the idea, but it's not gonna be lined up totally correctly. Okay, so Ooh, look, it just lays right in there. Okay, this is what you want it to do. If yours doesn't just lay in there on the level that you want, this is the best one I've ever done, actually, then it's, you didn't quite do it the way that you should. So it should just lay on there. If it's not cut skinny enough, then you kind of end up like it's trying to be up on this wall here or whatever. So laying it straight in there helps. So we're going to go all the way in. And just so you know, I didn't take a chance, and I have one punched already just in case I don't do it well. I'm not stupid. Okay, so slide it all the way in and punch it. Oh, it turned out well. Okay, oops. I still can't figure out which direction I need to go when I'm on camera. Okay, so there's an end, and I'm going to tuck it in the other end. So it needs to go in totally straight. I feel like it's turned a little bit. Totally straight. Yay, I did it awesome. Okay, so I want to do one. I think I want to show you a bad one. So I'm going to do one that's not quite, well, I'm going to do it at 3/4 of an inch. And then just not getting it in there right. Okay, so I'm going to tuck this in, and I'm going to see if I can just turn it funny on mistake. Let's see if I can do it. Okay, you kind of can see it. I still had a good, I want something dark against it. Just a sec. I'll do this cardstock. Okay. So I still had a pretty good straightness in there, but right here you can see it's trying to go one more cut this way, and then this one, it's just not quite exact. And I've done it worse than this, but it at least, yeah, you can get an idea. One is like rounded and one is squared just because of how I had it in there. So just be aware, you just need to practice with it. Okay, and for some reason by far I love the square one as opposed to this roundy one, so I don't know why, I just do. All right, now what I want to do, one of my favorite sayings in here is wildly grateful. I just love that. Like sometimes you just can't express yourself very well, but saying that you're wildly grateful, that's pretty powerful. That's like for real. I mean it. Thank you so much. So I'm gonna stamp this towards the right edge of my tag here. Can you read it? Man, I just can't always tell how. Maybe it's just because I'm like looking at my camera at an angle. I don't know, but I always feel like it's all distorted or something. Okay, so I have this, and now I want where to go. So my bumblebee gingham ribbon is a favorite. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the end of this. I'm not going to try to teach you how to tie a knot on this one. It's too tiny. I won't be able to show you with my fingers all in the way. I'm just going to do it. But I'll tell you, it's left over right, then right over left. Hang on with one end and pull with the other once you get it close, because then that helps to flatten out your knot. Oops, you got to get the tail out though. There needs to be enough to hold on to. That would be helpful. Okay, my scissors. I know, I love the font too, Marcia. Okay, so take this. Look how cute that is. It's even cuter on my card. So, how about I put it there? So I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of here. 1, 2. There's not room to get a full one. Well, I guess I'll do it. I'll go on the ribbon also. 2, 3. You know what I did? It was this morning, I think, when I was trying to get set up. I picked up my apron to put it over by where I needed it. And, oh, I can see this one. It's not quite rounded the same as the other one. I need to trim that or it's gonna bug me. I picked up my apron to put it over here, by where I just need everything set when I come down, because I'm coming down very close to the time that I need to be setting up, if not after. And I picked up my apron, and obviously I picked it up upside down because all my dimensional backings that were in my pocket that, you know, I always store store there when I'm in the middle of club, they all came out. All right, so here's the In Color enamel dots. I love these very much. I've gone through several, and here's my card. Okay, so I think I'm gonna, no, I'll do side by side. Okay, so here is, I probably need to do it face to face, but here's the difference between embossed and not embossed. Okay, so done with that one. So I had a mess to pick up. That was annoying. Next card. Okay, this one I have to admit I cheated because I've been using, oh, I used it for a swap. I used it for my team make and takes. This is Cinnamon Cider cardstock, and I need to order more today because I used it all up, and I wanted to duplicate the card that I had done before, and I did not have a full card to be able to do this, so I put a card front on front of my white. So I'm just fussing up now. I'm cheating. It's not the way I prefer to do it because it's actually a waste of cardstock, but I wanted this color and I didn't have enough. So, so I told you about the embossing folders. So here's the 2 embossing folders, and I already did the embossing for this. I just wanted to show you the folders. I just didn't want to do it on camera. So here is, I don't know if you can see it. Here's the piece that has the embossing. So I love how the leaves are coming in from this way and they're coming in from that way. So I'm gonna put this on white. So there's not so much texture here. I'm just gonna go over the whole thing and add extra snail. I'm not gonna use tear and tape. A lot of times when I tell you, when there's so much texture, I tell you to use tear and tape to put it down, but I'm just going to use regular snail. Put this on the white, and then, oh, I know I prefer the embossed too, but I don't want to do that all the time. Actually, you know what I prefer? What I usually don't use Versamark for doing the watermark because it's not dark enough, it's not deep enough in the color. I like using the actual color. So if I had the Magenta Madness, I would have just stamped this background with Magenta Madness, and it would probably have popped as much as this. It just wouldn't look shiny, but it would probably be as dark as this. That's what I prefer. All right, so, but I had to show you since I started talking about it and talked myself right into it. Okay, so I'm gonna pull my sample out here a sec. Oh yeah, I had it up higher. All right, so we're gonna put this up here. So here's my card base all ready. I feel like I need to trim off the edge here, but we might do that later. All right, so I'm gonna use Versamark again because I don't have cinnamon cider yet. And I'm gonna use 2 different leaves on this card. Here's this one that I'm gonna do in Versamark. And this one, I'm actually gonna make it my focal point on my card. So this one is just a, I guess I should have, I'm gonna wait on this one. I forgot. I'm gonna do my focal point first and then do my finishing touches. Okay, so, where did my, there it is. Okay, so, soft suede is actually quite a bit darker than this cinnamon cider. I was kind of surprised. I thought it would be closer, but it's close enough to look good. So I'm using cinnamon cider for, no, I'm using soft suede for this little 2" by 2" piece that I'm stamping here. So I have this little leaf piece that I'm going to put on with dimensionals. One, two, three, four. All right, so I'm going to put this on here, and then now I'm going to do this. I better ink it up again in case it dried a little bit. This Versamark on, actually on the cinnamon cider. So I want it down here, just one little spot. So here's my card so far. It actually looks pretty good on the cinnamon cider. It stands out pretty well. I like that. And this is another thing that I love from this stamp set. It says, "Love is what makes us family." So I'm inking this up with StazOn. You know that I use StazOn unless I'm using photopolymer or Stampin' Blends. I like it better. So this is going to go right underneath my cinnamon cider Versamark part. Ah, I love it. Okay, so there's that. And then one last touch, really easy, that I'm doing is I'm using, oops, better close this. This dries out so quickly. Make sure that you close it and flip it upside down. Unless your ink pad is one of the flip ones, the Stampin' Up! Designed ones like these, where they're flipped like this, you should store your ink pads upside down. It keeps the ink to the top of the pad so that it stays juicy longer and you don't have to refill it quite as often because you're keeping it there. Okay, so I'm using the enamel dots here, so I'm gonna go just Jade, and I about said crushed curry. Bumblebee, oops, gotta make sure it's in the line, and cinnamon cider. There we go. It's all done. Okay. So I'm done stamping, so I'm going to pull you up. So I'm going to upside down you, backwards you, and here I am. Okay. Oops. That's not right. All right, so here's the last one that I did. The light always makes the green go so light. And here is the first one that I did with the embossing. Thank you. I'm glad that you like them. I'm going to bring this one in again. You might be able to see this better. See, look how less bold this one is. It just really makes it stand out. But I'm not doing that every time. I will use the color on color instead of Versamark. But, so Versamark is awesome though. If you don't have all the colors, yes, this is definitely a need for me. Were you on when I said it? Need is in the crafting world is a little bit overused, but yes, it was definitely a need for me. It was my like asterisk, like this one needs to happen right away. So what I was going to say was, if you don't have the ink that you want, you can use Versamark, at least for the watermark look, you know, going right on the color of cardstock. It doesn't help you for when you want to stamp like a color on here, but maybe you can find something that looks, at least coordinates with it. It may not match it completely. So thank you. I'm glad that you ladies like it. Let's see, what else do I need today? I'm hopefully going to be sharing videos with you today. I'll be changing up my blog if I get to it. I first need to make sure that I know what I'm ordering when it's time. I need that list ready so that I can go. And I'll be getting cards out today, and I don't know what else. That's all that I can think of right now. I'm so excited that we're about to start our new catalog. It's a gorgeous catalog. And, oh, I do want to mention something to you. So I've had, and some of you, I'm just going to be emailing you directly or messaging you or whatever. I have a few clubs that have people that are dropping out of them. And for the year, like they're like, I'm going to take a year off or something like that. And I'm wondering if any of you are interested in joining one of my clubs. So my Stampers clubs, I have them every other month. And we meet at my house, which is in Wyoming, Michigan, sort of near Rogers Plaza, if you're familiar with Wyoming at all. And so we get together every other month and take turns being hostess. And I'm not sure what being a hostess is going to look like now, because I kind of feel like maybe we shouldn't be sharing dishes and stuff like that. But anyway, so as long as we have 6 people in the club, at least, your order commitment is $25 each time. So every other month you come and you have to place a $25 order, or you can order online using a host code, and then all the benefits get gathered together. And so then one of the months you get to be the hostess. So in doing that, you get all of the host rewards for that month, for all the orders that came in. So if we have at least 6 people, then there's guaranteed host rewards, regardless of how much more people may spend. I mean, people usually spend more. But if you have at least $25 a person, then you're guaranteed host rewards. So, oh, and you also get invited to my hostess appreciation party that I have every year. So it's an amazing time. I spoil you like crazy, and it's just fun getting together with other crafters every other month. I've been missing seeing faces here. It's just been sort of quiet but busy. I've been busy with trying to get on going to the post office more than ever in my life. Keeping our clubs going so that we can do Zoom ones or whatever. But anyway, so if you're interested in a club, let me know and we'll figure out what date works. Usually they're either Tuesday nights or there might be a Thursday night one that's open. I don't remember. But let me know if you're interested and want to join my club, and we will figure something out. So what I normally do, something else that I forgot to mention. So like I have a club that meets the second Tuesday of every odd month. So like January, March, whatever. Hi Cheryl, I haven't seen you in a long time. Or I'll have another one that meets the first Tuesday in even months or whatever. So it's every other month, and it's always on the same like second Tuesday, first Tuesday, second Thursday, whatever, that sort of thing. So you can count on it, put it on your calendar, unless I have to make changes because of my schedule or something like that. I've had that for my incentive trip or for just other stuff. I thought I needed to change things because of Liz's graduation, and then she didn't get to have it. Oh, Judy, you're here. I miss your face too. Judy lives in Alaska. I love when she joins in. It makes me happy. I don't know why. Maybe just because I miss you so much, because I get to see you the least. Okay, so that's all that I have for you. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have your orders ready. I don't have host codes yet. Oh no, I don't have any host codes yet for July. Oh, excuse me, it's too early. After I yawn, I meant it was too early to be able to do July host codes. Okay, have a wonderful day, and I will be in touch with some of you for different reasons. My team I gotta touch base with. So thank you so much. Enjoy. If you have sunshine, I was just trying to come out. Hopefully you have sunshine too. Thanks. Bye.